Hi everyone. This is my first day of my path to recovering my brain, and you all have brought me here. I am in Salt Lake City. I arrived late this evening, and it's really late right now. I should be in bed, but I wanted to make this video because I want to share this with you. I want to share every day of this process with you. Yesterday, Friday, I talked with someone who had gone through this treatment years ago, and he told me two things that really gave me so much hope for this process. The first, I really came into this feeling pretty hesitant because my original accident, the trauma to my brain, that car accident, was 10 years ago. And I've tried so many things and nothing has really helped. And I don't know how much this will help me. And he told me that it doesn't matter how long your injury was. What happens is whenever that injury happened, your brain freezes in time. The brain's ability to heal doesn't improve, but it also doesn't deteriorate. It just stays in place until it receives enough stimulus to push it out of whatever state, whatever stagnant place it was in place before. And that's exactly what this treatment is supposed to do. I'm gonna push my mind as hard as I can to shift it to what it's supposed to be. The second thing he told me is that a lot of people who have concussions, and the medical professionals that treat the concussions, don't treat the concussion itself, but treat the symptoms. And the patients are also looking to alleviate the symptoms. So, for example, my symptoms, the constant headaches I feel, the insomnia, the lack of focus and concentration, the memory loss. I've been trying to get treatment for those things, whether it's acupuncture or craniosacral therapy or osteopathy or Reiki. Those are all trying to help those symptoms. But for him, he was very sensitive to different auditory and visual senses. Light, he would be very sensitive to light, and he would be very sensitive to sound. And what they found in the fMRI was that the memory region of the brain wasn't working as well as it should have been. So what he ended up doing was spend hours and hours every single day trying to retrain the memory region of his brain. And as a result, he was able to regain his tolerance for light and for sound. Because what had happened was the memory region, the sensory region of the brain stopped working. So the memory region of the brain had to somehow work in its place, and it did both tasks. So he felt memory loss as a consequence of that, and he couldn't tolerate senses because the memory region of the brain isn't designed for that, but it tried to do its best to compensate. And so once he regained his memory, once his brain, that pathway was pushed hard enough through those exercises, his memory was recovered and his sensory perceptions were more in balance after that. And that gives me a lot of hope because I've been trying to treat the symptoms, but they're not necessarily the direct path to the cause of the source of the symptoms. And I was so excited to hear those things because both of them made me really feel that this is worth all the time and the energy and the resource to do this. I'm very, very excited to go about all this. Yesterday morning I woke up at 1 o'clock. The night before I woke up at 3:30. And I'm absolutely exhausted, and I cannot wait to go through this process so I can finally remember how it feels to sleep, to enjoy that peace. Thank you, everyone. I'm so excited to do this, and I'm excited that I'm going to bring you all with me. Thank you. Bye.